Okay, we're here today live with Jennifer Bryant, and Jennifer just went through the 10-week perimenopause freedom formula. So, Jennifer, let's just start off. This is all about you. Let's go ahead and tell everyone a little bit about yourself, age, family, what you do for a living, anything you want to tell us. Tell us a little about yourself.
Sure, absolutely. I'm Jennifer Bryant. I'm 63 years old. It's hard. It's even hard for me to say that because I'm around young people all day. I've been married to my husband for a long time. We have a 26-year-old son, and I have a pretty nice life. I have a loving family, and I count myself as one of the lucky ones. Yeah.
I love that. Beautiful, beautiful. Um, let's start with where you were at when you first started working with me, when you first reached out to me. Tell everybody where you were at mentally, what you were struggling with, symptoms, and what you had tried that your words were no longer worked.
Oh my goodness. I feel like I was one of those people that uh, I had my son later in life. Obviously, he's 26 and I'm 63. And so I had been thin all the way up to that point. And then uh, I tried some exercise programs after I had him. And a year later, I was back at the weight that I was before I had him. And then I worked out, and I would do meal plan things, and I actually bought food from this freezer program. I have done all sorts of things. I have totally cut different food groups out, knowing that that was wrong because before I was a counselor, I was a nutrition teacher. So I knew better, but I was desperate. And so I cut those things out. And then what do you know? You lost weight. And so I had done all of that until I found a more healthful eating program and exercise program. And I stayed with that for a long time. And then it was 10 pounds, and then it was 20 pounds. And then it just kept creeping up and up and up. And I was just at my wits' end because I went back and tried all of the things that had worked for me before. And then I started down the bad rabbit hole, the injections, the crazy pills, and um, it was so unhealthful and unhelpful. you know, I was one of those unlucky ones that didn't lose any weight on any of that stuff, and I felt like it was wrecking my health, and so I came across your program, and I came across your website, and it didn't really promise anything. It just said, if you're perimenopause, menopausal, or postmenopausal, maybe this is for you. And I thought, maybe that is the reason why these things aren't working anymore. So that's when I reached out to you.
So basically, you did several years of things that worked. You lost the weight, you put it on, but you could go back to those
Yeah.
things. Everything worked. And then one day it didn't work anymore. And you
Mhm.
started putting on 10 pounds, then 20, and kept doing those things. Then you went down desperate measures of things you hadn't tried and still found those weren't working.
Right. That weren't
Okay.
working at all.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when we first met, take us through what was your experience like going through the 10 weeks? Like when you went through it, like how did you feel at first? The way I suggested and told you you could eat foods you want and anything goes. There's no good or bad food and all those things. What resonated? Did you think I was crazy?
I thought you had lost your mind. I mean, again, sometimes you know too much, and
Right.
I was, like I said, I was a nutrition teacher. And so I thought, oh, you know, okay, this is very lovely, fancy little gift, that you're giving me. And, I thought, well, I'll try some of it. Of course, I didn't tell you I was only doing some of it. But in order for change to happen, you have to have a combination of factors. And one of the things include, your individual actions, and my individual actions were not helping me. And it was, when I was looking back on our first meetings, I thought, this is a partnership, and you didn't tell me what to do. We made these decisions together. And that is the difference between, here's the package deal, and, eat these little things, and this is going to happen. And then when it ends, guess what? Now you're going to be 20 pounds heavier because you've ended. But this is, lifestyle change. This is systems and norms and external factors that are coming into your everyday life that you have a say in. And one of those things that I had a say in was, would I finish my meals? Because in my mind, I thought, oh, if I take that last bite, that's extra calories. Or if I put butter or mayonnaise on something, which you can have butter and mayonnaise. What kind of meal plan is that? And it was planning it together. And when I fully came into the enlightenment that this is a lifestyle change, this isn't a program, this isn't a meal plan. Once I fully understood that, I started losing weight, and not only that, I felt more healthy and I felt satisfied, and it was quite a paradigm change. I have to tell you.
And so basically for the audience to hear, I built this program based on your life, individuality,
Yes.
and you made all the choices, including the food. I was like,
Yes.
here's all these foods, everything on earth, pick what you want. And again, I can see where that goes against the grain of what you were taught. You were taught to eat less to weigh less. And
Yes.
that works
And
until,
not very good food either.
right, right. And eating someone else's, suggestions of this is diet food and this is not, where there is no good or bad food.
Right.
But when you enter into the perimenopause phase, the eat less, weigh less didn't work anymore. It
No.
actually starts to have the visceral fat starts to form. And now we've got to eat carbs. You've eaten plenty of carbs, which I think that was against your grain. It's like I'm
It
eating
was.
carbs and I'm eating
That's right.
butter. And when you fully realize, when you said you wanted butter, and then you told me, well, I haven't been using butter or mayonnaise. And then you went in and said, let's enjoy our food and lose weight. And the mental aspect. What do you think about the mental aspect that I went through with you on underlying issues throughout the 10 weeks?
Well, I think that was the biggest change. Was the what I want people to know is that you truly care about us. You care about all of your clients. This isn't just a here. Let me give you this sheet of paper. This is a partnership. And I really feel like it's driven for individual behaviors. There you have. We have a group that we meet every Saturday, and in that group, there are very different stories. There's very different individuals, but the commonality of it is that we are taking charge of who we are becoming, of this next phase of our life, and
Absolutely.
you're coaching us through it, and that's what's the beautiful part of it
And my
is.
my sole mission is to do just that, to empower you to
Yeah.
be able to take control of your body at this phase of your life. When at this phase of life in perimenopause, menopause, women typically do not feel they're in control anymore. They
No.
actually become fearful that nothing works and they feel like they're not themselves anymore. So my job is to help you obviously lose belly fat, but to help you to feel like you again. So
Yes.
let
And
let's
that
move.
was the first thing that I said to you whenever you asked me, why are you here, Jennifer? And I said, I just want to feel like me again. I don't feel like me in this shell. It's not who I am. And I work out and I go to the gym 5 days a week, and nothing's happening. Nothing was moving. And then And then that aspect of it changed.
Yeah. I
And that
really,
was beautiful.
of all the decades I've been coaching women in perimenopause, I feel like society as a whole, if they're not in perimenopause, especially, the people that are around women in perimenopause, they don't understand what they're going through or how they feel.
Yeah.
I feel like they're alone and they
Yeah.
feel like they're just like, well, I shouldn't say anything because everybody may think I'm crazy or you're making this up. All those things I've heard over decades, and I just want that to change. Hey, no, you're actually feeling the way you feel, and it's real. So, but let's change that. Let's get that. Let's get those symptoms. There's 60 symptoms in perimenopause that no one really
Yes.
identifies as, oh, that's from perimenopause. So, good stuff. Let's talk about where you are now. This is exciting. How you feel, how much you've lost weight.
Oh my
What
goodness.
what's your family's noticed? Workers? How's that been?
Well, I mean, people are coming up to me all the time. What are you doing? And everything. And when I tell them, I said, well, it's not what I eat. It's a combination of foods that I enjoy, and they just look at me like I have lost my mind. And then they're saying, well, we know you, Jennifer. Are you working out, 7 days a week? And they kind of roll their eyes at me. And I'm like, no, 3 times a week. Uh, that's all I'm doing. And you get kind of the suspicious side look from people because I have literally lost well, now I've lost 15 pounds, from where when we started. And it was, people can't believe it, there, because it seems like it happened so fast because, when people start noticing it, it may have taken me, 10 weeks, but really it only took me 5 weeks because that's when I started realizing if I eat all of the food and I work out, correctly, then, uh, it will actually come off, because this is the phase of life that I'm in. And these are the pillars that are going to help me, become who I'm supposed to be. And so people are asking me all the time. My husband, unfortunately, he sees me through these love goggles and, he's like, you look great. You look great. But I mean, it was like a little chink in his armor. I couldn't believe it. He actually said to me, he goes, uh, you haven't worn that dress in a while. He goes, that looks good on you. You should wear that more often. And I thought,
I love that.
buddy, okay, I haven't worn this in a while because I couldn't zip it up. But, but he usually, doesn't even notice things like that. And that was a win for me. The way that I feel that is what has just changed for me. And I'm actually getting nutrition into my body. I take these wonderful supplements that are healthy for you. And one of the things that, of course, a lot of menopausal women can tell you this: we start to lose our hair. And it's a very traumatic for women, to lose their hair. And my little hairs are growing back. My hair is thicker and fuller than it's been. And I I just started feeling like myself again, clarity of thought and mentally and physically strong. And it's an amazing transformation.
Coming from your background of working out 6 days a week and
Mhm.
not eating carbs, are you shocked that I want everybody to hear this? You lost 15 pounds, your hair's growing back, all this stuff, eating carbs, and as I finally got you educated, 3 days a week is all you need to work out, 40-minute
Yes.
workouts. Were you impressed with yourself of I can eat carbs and work out? And your big thing was butter and mayonnaise, and still losing weight and feeling amazing. Was that like just something counterproductive, intuitive to what you used to believe?
I mean, I could not believe it. And the the thing that influenced me the most was uh, I thought, I I'm trusting you, and with if I don't do all of the things that I say, that I'm going to do, then how can you trust me? And there can't be that relationship, that trustful relationship, unless you are, going all out. And so I thought, for 1 week, I'm just going to eat every single thing, every single bite, because we have been trained to leave something on our plate, and I thought I'm going to eat every single bite. And that's when I started going all out on my workouts, and that's when the floodgates opened. And
Yeah.
that's when I started losing weight.
Awesome.
It was shocking.
Would you say everything that me and you worked together over 10 weeks is now sustainable? Is this sustainable for you to do? Like, is it feel like you're dieting or you're restricted or and by the way, were you shocked at the portion sizes I set up for you for your food? That's why you held back on the eating. You're like, I dialed in your portions for your body, your age, everything you need
Right.
there. And probably you looking at that compared to the portions you used to eat, you're like, what is he doing? Is he trying to make me gain weight?
No, that's exactly what I thought. I looked at that and thought, how fat does he think I am? I mean, I was, my BMI was in the obese
Yeah.
category. It was, and I thought, oh, it must be for the obese people. This isn't for me. But that is how change occurs. It's just through those combinations of individual actions and consistency and collective movements. And once you do it 1 week, it's easier the next week, and then the next week, and then you just stop thinking about it. It's your habit that
Because it was built around you and what
mhm.
you wanted. And what,
That's
and let's
right.
just call it what it is. We have egos. And when it's about us, we want to do it, right?
That's right.
That's how I've
That's
been
right.
working for decades. Look, let's make this about you. I'm going to let you pick out what you want to eat. We're only going to work out 3 days a week. And this is going to be sustainable because, like, I'm eating carbs and what could fall apart here? Let me ask you this. This is an important one because I see it all the time. What do you say to women that really need help but just keep sitting on the sidelines and are afraid to raise their hand and ask for help?
Well, you're here. You've listened to this for this long, and you can tell that this person cares about you. I could tell after I saw this. It was a different client, but it was someone else, and I could tell that this was someone that cares about you, and I care about you. And I wouldn't be doing this interview with Travis if I didn't care about people my age that were in the exact same place that I was at. I wouldn't be doing this, because I think that is the difference of these faceless, nameless, cookie cutter programs. This is a sustainable life changing, uh, you know, uh, influence that takes hold of you and makes you who you are supposed to be. And so I just want people to know that, this is not just some program. This is a way that you can become who you're supposed to be.
I think a lot of people, I always try to make the barrier to connect with me low by saying, let's just do a 10-minute call. I think so many people are used to getting on a call and getting sold and ask for money. Would you
Right.
say on the 10-minute call that it was scary? And did I even talk about money or did I talk about you? I mean, what was the 10-minute call like for you when you first just raised your hand and say, I need help?
I mean, you listened to me. You asked poignant questions. What did I want out of this? And you even said, if I don't think that this is the right place, or you're in the right place, then uh, no harm, no foul. We'll end the call and be friends, and that will be that. But I could tell that you had something that was going to, uh, you know, change this paradigm that I have. That I had built up. Again, sometimes too much, and I thought I knew everything, and that this was just going to be something that I could lose these 20 pounds, and that was going to be it. And then I'll call you up, in another month or so. But it's not. It's sustainable, and it's continuous. That's what I like about this, is that you don't just say, okay, bye. This doesn't end. It continues on.
I love that. Thank you so much. I
Thank
mean,
you.
you've been a blessing with just your information, and I'm just hoping this resonates with other women. And if this does resonate with you, if you're watching this right now and you want help, you can private message me. Just say, I need help, and we'll get on a quick 10-minute call. It's just a call to find out, what's going on, where you're at, where you want to be. And if I feel like I can help you or not, then we'll move into a 1 hour call, just really diving in on what all is going on with you. And then we'll see where it goes from there. So thank you, Jennifer, for being my guest. I
You're most
appreciate your
welcome.
time, and I'll talk to you later.
Thank you.